So what is the car of the Auto Expo 2023? Well, judging by the sheer number of people that are behind me and the interest in the Jimny, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? Ladies and gentlemen, that behind me, 2023 Maruti Suzuki Jimny 5-door. Wow. Okay, so let's start off with what's mainly important, because this of course is what they've added on the extra doors on both sides. Now, as we had mentioned in our Jimny video a couple of weeks ago, this is still a sub 4 meter car. Not that you're going to get the GST benefits because the engine is bigger than a 1.2. That said, the door's not too big. I mean, I'm wide and I'm large, but the door's still sort of big enough to get in and out. Now, we don't really know how much space is on the inside because they have locked the doors up. We're going to do another video on the Jimny soon where we'll show you how much space is inside if we can. Don't hold me to it, but we'll try and get you a nice up-close look at the interior. But for now, as I mentioned, it still looks proportional to what the 3-door looks. 3-door looks great, but of course it has a big sort of glass window at the back. This one, a much smaller quarter glass at the back and a much smaller boot. But of course you've got seating space. That's enough for 4 people, I'd suggest, because if I do have a peek in, the seat seems small, but there's still a decent amount of space in the back. That said, mechanically, of course, the Jimny 1.5 litre engine, 4-speed, just too many people who want to see it. Right, let's get back to it. 1.5 litre engine, 5-speed manual gearbox, but the 4-speed automatic, not the new 5-speed automatic. I'm guessing that's because of the all-wheel drive, the All-Grip Pro system that's in the car with a low-range gearbox. I'm guessing the 4-speed is just a little more reliable as a gearbox as compared to the 5-speed, a little more robust as a gearbox. But there is no plan of a 2-wheel drive. So if you're waiting for a 2-wheel drive version, don't hold your breath, it isn't coming. That said, prices and launch, well, market launch or deliveries will begin sometime in late May. So and of course we're driving the car in late May too, so stay tuned for that. Now that we've said all of this though, we need to go up front because that's where the cool bits are, the iconic bits are. So let's go. Okay, we're going to try and do this because, of course, as I mentioned earlier, the crowd is absolutely bonkers. The amount of interest in this car is literally through the roof. And they're going to start bookings today, 12th of January, and it's going to launch in May. So the number of bookings that are going to come through, if you want one, you better get on that queue really fast. Nonetheless, again, as I mentioned, very, very, very iconic design. We've all seen the vertical slats, we've all seen the way the headlights are. The Indian one, the 5-door one, also gets the LED projector headlamps, which is a plus because the normal 3-door does not get that. Same with the, are these? Well, they look like LED indicators. I don't think they are. Nonetheless, it is going to be something iconic. It's also going to be something that a lot of people will customize. A lot of Japanese manufacturers already make some really great kits for it. You've got body kits, you've got options for lift kits, you've got wheels, tires, blah, 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 the whole sort of 9 yards. So a lot of cars are going to be bought by people who really want to customize it. And what does this really go up against, you ask? It's the Thar, obviously, because the Thar's been like the golden eye of the customizable SUV in India, and this is going to be exactly what that is. I can't help the crowd, guys. I just can't help the crowd. I'm going to try, but I can't. This car is definitely car of the Auto Expo 2023. Production car of the Auto Expo 2023, because the concept, I think, is still the Sierra. Nonetheless, multiple color options as well. You've got black two-tone roofs on the green and the red. What color would you get? I would personally still get the red, because of course you know how much of a red fan I am. But this color, I'm being pushed even further out. This color is super iconic. So if you want to get an iconic version of the Jimny, just get one of these. So specs, okay, we've already talked about the 1.5 litre engine and the 5-speed manual and the 4-speed automatic. But the 1.5 engine, of course, makes the 105 horsepower. We've seen that before, and it makes 134 Newton meters of torque. Again, we know that figure. But let's talk about the off-road figures, right? Departure angle, approach angle. Departure angle of 50 degrees, that's huge, by the way. Departure angle is the angle between the rear wheel and the bumper, and approach angle of 36 degrees. Again, something that's very, very capable. Breakover angle of 24 degrees as well. Now, that's lower because, of course, the car's been sort of lengthened a little bit, so the wheelbase on this is slightly more. But again, it is great. It's, again, coil springs on both sides, but it's a rigid axle. You're going to get a lot of customization options for that, as I mentioned earlier, lift kits, etc. But even out of the box, this thing is going to be super, super capable. Final spec 195/80 R15 tires, which means if you're in Punjab and you want to put 17s or 18s on it or 20s on it, there is a bunch of space to do it with. Probably just don't do that, but there is some space to do it with. Okay, that's a bit of a wrap up. a lot of you are going to be wanting to sort of ask questions about it. So as I mentioned, ask them away. We will answer them. For now, we're wrapping up from the Auto Expo with the Jimny. I promise you will get another video of this, if we can, very, very soon.